Hello everybody and welcome back to the iTunes Fanboy here. In this video I'm going to be reacting to Apple's Get Mac ads from 2007. Now if you didn't see my previous Get Mac ads video, this will basically be reacting where I reacted to Apple's Get Mac ads from 2006. This time I'll be doing it with their ads from 2007 with this iconic ad campaign to see how well they've aged, to see how well the points that Apple made about Macs are still valid today. So unfortunately, this setup isn't going to be as great because OBS is refusing to work on me, so I'm having to manually record it with QuickTime Player, my iPhone's camera. Not fun. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get started with this thing. So here we go for our first ad, and by the way, this is the source of the video where I'm getting this from. So yeah, let's just go.
And I'm a PC.
Whoa, when are you PC?
Kids happen. I was bought for a home. Now I have to make movies and vlogs and listen to music every night. I'm crying myself to sleep.
Sorry about it.
You were made to stimulate 10-year-old brains with your I like jazz. All I want to do is balance their checkbooks.
I don't think 10-year-olds have checkbooks.
Yeah, they don't.
Inboxes, no employers.
Not even 15-year-olds do.
Oh, I have to go listen to some emo.
Okay, so the point, this ad does have a valid point, because honestly, if I was you, before, I would not be using a regular computer or a traditional computer if I wasn't for a Mac, because I have to have a Mac in order to make my YouTube videos, just because PCs are not exactly built for doing YouTube. But if I didn't have a Mac to easily be able to create videos, then I wouldn't really have much of a need for a computer, because I'm 15, but I still don't have any checkbooks to balance, and nor any of that boring stuff. So that is actually a really good point. This ad has actually aged really well. Let's move on to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac and buy a PC. What? I know you like to just hang out when we're together, but the fact is, you're selling like hotcakes now, and I gotta get my message out. With buzz marketing, your old PC, the only computer you'll ever need. If you act now,
Why are you doing this? This is ridiculous.
Look, I check these buying trends, and people seem to be falling for your whole iLife thing, so I gotta pull out all the stops. Supplies are limited. Operators are standing by.
It's very subtle.
Buy a PC. Buy it.
Okay, so this ad has aged pretty well. This ad, I mean, is okay today. I mean, it does prove that PCs often do resort to gimmicks, which is a pretty good case scenario. It's not like Apple's exempt to gimmicks either, but this is a pretty good point just because, I mean, PCs do often resort to gimmicks like the RGB lighting in gaming PCs now, and graphics cards, which are all just gimmicky stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next ad now. Oh, and the and the Asus ZenBook Duo, which combines which supposedly has two touchscreens, and touchscreen PCs. Yeah, you get the point. PCs have a lot of gimmicks that Macs don't.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
In the spirit of the holiday season, we've decided to put aside our differences.
To stop comparing ourselves and just be ourselves.
Yeah, stop saying that one is better than the other.
To understand that one does important work while the other wastes his time with frivolous pursuits like home movies and blogs.
PC, what about putting aside our differences?
Sorry, it just slipped out. System error.
You know what? Let's stop all the infighting. Pull it into Hog Harbor.
Happy holidays, Mac.
Happy.
Darn it. Okay, so turns out I wasn't done with the 06 ads just because there was a holiday ad. Okay, that surprised me, but either way, we'll still watch all the 07 ads in this video. But yeah, that was a bit of a fun surprise to find that out. So yeah, however, this ad overall was just like, let's go ahead and put aside our differences, but PC really couldn't because they were competing. Like Mac users and PC users generally put aside their differences, so I don't get it, but again, this is an old ad. It's not designed to be gotten.
Hello, I'm a PC.
And I'm a Mac.
Hey,
No,
Mac,
he isn't.
why so down?
It's because
You're so much better than me, PC.
Aw, there, friend.
It's no use. You're first class all the way, PC.
Yeah, but I read somewhere that you're getting more popular all the time. Now, is that true?
No, totally untrue.
I thought so.
What's going on?
What the? Oh, nothing. Nothing.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, that's not a... So the PC tried to make a fake Mac just to advertise, like... I mean, granted, well, sometimes PCs do copy Apple. For example, the Dell XPS looks suspiciously like a MacBook. But yeah, I mean, it's not great it's not a great ad, but we'll see. Hopefully there'll be more good ads to come.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
Are you going for a checkup?
Well, I'm upgrading to Vista today, which is great, but I get a
Ooh.
little nervous when they mess around with the inside.
Well, what do you mean? Isn't it just straightforward?
Not really. Like a lot of PCs, I have to update my graphics card, my memory. If I want the premium package, I need a faster processor. It's major surgery.
I'm sorry about that.
Listen, Mac, if I don't come back, I want you to have my peripherals.
PC, you're not good. Speaking of peripherals,
Mac didn't finish his thought there, but this is actually a very important ad, because this is when we're gonna get to one of the most major points in the Get Mac ad is gonna impact the rest of the campaign, because Apple not only targets the fact that Vista is just so hard to upgrade to at the time, since a lot of computers didn't have meet the minimum specifications for Vista. But also, this reveals a major turning point, because Apple starts making fun of Windows Vista like it's nothing at this point, and they generally just start making fun of PCs a lot more, rather than just explaining why Macs are better in a sense. Like, they still explain why Macs are better, but they start slamming PCs a lot more, which does impact the rest of the campaign. So this is very important. Now let's go to the next ad. Oh, and this also does still hold up today, because guess what you have to do? Windows 11 has unbelievably crazy requirements. So this isn't our first rodeo with this to all the people who weren't familiar with Vista, but yeah. Kind of reminds me of Windows 11, Microsoft. Get to fixing this.
hello, I'm a Mac.
I'm a PC.
Hi, I'm an IT guy.
Oh, what's going on, PC?
Oh, this PC's getting an upgrade.
Hey,
Oh,
camera,
yeah.
nice. Look at that, where you can do a little online chatting with your buddies.
Hardly. This is for serious video conferencing.
It's cool.
Yeah, someday you'll have the unbridled pleasure of having a high-tech, expensive piece of equipment installed like this.
Actually, the iMacs and the MacBooks have the cameras built right in. You can start chatting with your friends right away. It's really cool.
Are we done?
Well, no, we
Yeah,
actually-
I think we're done. Thank you, sir.
You, sir, come on.
This ad, in a way, has both aged well and not aged well, because, first of all, most PCs have webcams now, which is how this ad hasn't aged well. However, because Mac's peripherals are so good, like speakers, keyboards, mice, etc., their built-in stuff and their just built-in displays are so good, you don't really need to get external stuff as much with external peripherals with a Mac if you don't want to get the proper experience like you do need to with a PC. So yeah, this ad in a way holds up true, but mostly doesn't.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
Mac has issued a salutation, cancel or allow.
Allow.
You're returning Mac salutation, cancel or allow?
Allow.
Okay, what?
Mac is asking a question, cancel or allow?
Allow. He's part of Vista, my new operating system. PCs have a lot of security problems, so he asked me to authorize pretty much anything I do.
You're pointing out Vista's flaws, cancel or allow?
Allow. I could turn him off, but then he wouldn't give me any warnings at all, and that would defeat the purpose. So,
You are coming to a sad realization, cancel or allow?
allow.
Okay, this ad makes fun of a pretty major problem with Windows that still persists to this day. having to cancel or allow everything, which not only does not improve Windows security, as we find out, but also but also this is just so irritating, because when you approve an application to run on Windows 11, you still have to cancel or allow every time. It's even like that on Windows 7, supposedly the best version of Windows. Like, that's just so irritating. Now, granted, Macs have gotten a little worse about this, as whenever you download apps from the internet, it is a lot more locked down in that way. But you only have to approve the Mac app once. Afterwards, it just works. So in a way, this ad still holds up true, but Apple has been slacking off, been a little hypocritical now. Let's move on to the next ad, though.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
I'm a PC. Mac, I'm going to be going away for a while.
Oh, where are you going?
Well, over to IT, I've been getting these funky error messages popping
Oh,
up.
that's annoying. I'm sorry. But
WMP.dll.
What?
I don't even know what that means. It just happens. Do you know what it means?
No, Macs don't get those cryptic error messages. Are they sent too?
Oh, yeah. He's error 692, and then syntax error down the end, down here. Fatal error. Yeah. Don't worry, pal. You'll be up and running spreadsheets in no time.
No, you won't.
He's a goner.
Oh man, this is possibly one of the most true ads still to this day, because I mean, Macs do fail, as I explained earlier with OBS deciding not to work on my Mac. That's just mainly an OBS thing, but PCs oftentimes do get a lot of error messages, so that's how come a lot of places need businesses need IT departments. When I was going through all the years of Apple's website, when I did my evolution of Apple's website video, which you should go check out, even though it's now a year out of date, I found that in their 2002 ad, web version of their website, they pointed out how this one lady who was starting a business was saying, I want a computer, I don't need an IT department. And with a Mac, I mean, you still do need an IT department, but they don't have to be as involved. You don't have to send a bunch of PCs to IT all the time to get them fixed. So this ad still this is probably going to be one of the most true ads out of this whole campaign that holds up the best to this day. Let's go on to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
Oh, hey, PC, want to see the website and home movie I made?
Oh, I'm so creative, and all my programs are easy to use.
PC.
Well, some things never change, Mac. Some things never change.
What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
So you want to see my pictures, PC? I have a better idea. How about I calculate how much time you've just wasted?
PC. You want to see him?
Actually, I have a better idea. Why don't I calculate how much time you just wasted?
Yeah, some things do never change. Just like now, when PCs are still more meant for boring work and useless gaming, while Macs are meant for more fun, creative stuff. Which is still just, oh my gosh. But the PC was being so hypocritical in this ad, because how about I go ahead and calculate how much time Windows has wasted me? That would actually take a little bit, so I'm not going to do it right now, but Windows is the system that's wasting time, not Mac. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
Hold up. Here I come.
Whoa, PC.
Yeah, it's all this trial software. They pack my hard drive full of it. All these programs that don't so much unless you buy the whole thing, or just plain useless. Really. You know how it is.
Actually, I don't. Macs just come with stuff you want, like iTunes, iMac, it's all part of iLife.
Yeah.
Are you
Let's
ready?
just do this, okay?
Okay. Hello, I'm a Mac.
I forgot something.
Oh gosh. Okay, this ad is so funny that even my mom remembers it from back when it was originally airing. And yes, so the PC is fat because they filled his hard drive with trial software, and that's still and with Windows you still need trial software for a lot of stuff like Microsoft Office and Clipchamp, which does have a free version, but barely works, just like Microsoft Office, because Microsoft loves to scam people. So yeah, it's still a major problem today with Windows and PCs in general. So as a result, they run slowly because they get cloned with so much unnecessary crap. And that's still a big Windows issue that even my mom, who generally likes Windows, has to admit, which isn't why she switched to Mac, but that's still Windows 10. My mom was experiencing having a lot of files just clogging up her PC's hard drive and making them slow, so her laptop slow. So that's a very true point. Let's go on to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac, and I'm a PC.
Oh.
It's time to play Choose a Vista.
Oh,
What's going on?
yeah.
Well, Vista comes in 6 different versions. I don't know which to choose. I could spend a lot of money and get a version that has a lot of stuff I don't need, or spend too little and get stuck with one that doesn't do very much at all.
My Macs just have one version with all the stuff you need already.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it, right? This is fun.
No, it's not.
Come on, big operating system, big operating system. Daddy needs an upgrade.
Didn't you make this?
Yeah. Okay, this is a major problem. This is still a major problem that Windows has today, because the last I checked, Windows still has like a... Oh, let me just Google this up right now. Windows 11. I know it's for Windows 11 Professional, Windows 11 Home Retail, like... Yeah, there's still so many versions of Windows out there, but there's only one version of Mac OS that has everything you need and don't need on it. Now, I know there may be different hardware choices with both, but with different software choices, seriously, Microsoft, that's a little bit ridiculous. Let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac, and I'm a PC.
And I'm a Mac genius.
A what?
CPC, every Apple store is a thing called a Genius Bar. It's a place where people like her will answer any questions you have about your Mac.
Like if you want to go wireless, you want to transfer your files over to a Mac.
Oh, a genius.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. What's the square root of 4,096?
64.
What's pi to the 5th decimal?
3.14159.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I loathe Mac?
11.
He's good. Very good.
Okay, this is going to be the one ad where I sign up PC on, just because I haven't had a great experience with the Genius Bar, and I know some people online and in real life that have both had bad experiences with the Genius Bar, so when it's more like the Idiot Bar. So yeah, I don't have a great experience with the Genius Bar, so that's why I personally am going to side with the PC on this ad. I'm sorry, guys. I know.
Hello, I'm a Mac, and I'm a PC.
Well, after 5 years, Vista's finally here.
Whoopee for the whole entire world.
Whoopee.
Sorry, this is wrong. I mean, my new operating system arrives. It had nothing but problems. I had to buy a new graphics card, get new memory. Now I can't even use some of my software and peripherals. I mean, this party's at best.
We should do this again sometime.
Sure, are you free in another 5 years?
An all-day meeting in 5 years. How about 5 years in a day?
I've got a strategy session that day. What about 5 years in 2 days?
Oh my god, this ad is still true today because, first of all, the whole world was not happy about the release of Vista once they realized how bad it was, but they were actually pretty excited for it at first, from what I hear. Though, yeah, this does give you a good point, which, again, Apple, nowadays there's a new macOS version every year, and even back then it was every 2 years, whereas with Windows, you don't know how long it's going to be. From XP to Vista, it was 5 years. From Vista to 7, it was 3 years. From 7 to 8, it was 3 years. From 8 to 8.1, that was just a year. From 8.1 to 10, that was 2 years. From 10 to 11, that was 6 years. And Windows 11 has been out for 2 years now. So, yeah, this is a real problem with Windows because they don't have that much time. They spend way too much time developing an operating system that doesn't even work properly, because Windows 11 development didn't even start until October 2020. Like, what, Microsoft? Yeah, let's go on to the next ad, even though I know this video is getting quite long, though. I'm afraid we're nowhere near the end of it because there's still the white iMac.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
In the left corner, coming in at 80 gigs, hailing from office desktops everywhere. PC.
See.
Okay, what's going on, buddy?
Well, your sales are through the roof. I'm showing the people I'm not going down without a fight.
This isn't a competition, okay? Some people just want to compete.
This is a
with someone
competition.
That works the way they do.
Actually, my brother-in-law just got a Mac and loves it.
Okay, this is finally where we get a black iMac, though. This is the PC definitely did not go down without a fight because Windows is still the most popular operating system to this day, but there's a very important thing I want you to notice about the iMac. Look at the Apple logo on it. Now, in case you don't know, on a retail 2007 iMac, the Apple logo is black. However, on this logo one, it is silver. And the Computer Clan made a video about this, but this is actually a prototype iMac that Apple leaked. Yeah, Apple. This is a pretty clever Easter egg, though. I think there's only going to be like one other ad where we see this, where a prototype get leaked. So yeah. Let's go on to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
My fellow Americans, I'm a PC.
Why so official?
Well, some people are giving up on Vista Mac because it doesn't work the way they want it to.
I wonder why.
XP.
Really? Downgrade?
Yes, but we PCs won't give up. If your printer isn't compatible with Vista, I say buy a new printer. If Mac's
I mean, you
new
can do
Leopard operating
that.
system has dozens of new features, I say ignore them. Ask not what Vista can do for you. Ask what you can buy for Vista.
Wow, you're really committed to this.
Oh, not really. I switched back to XP 3 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, there's the prototype iMac again, though. Oh my gosh, this just goes to show you how bad Microsoft was at this time, since Windows at its core isn't even a good operating system, as I made like a 19-minute long video about back in July. But if Windows Vista has people switching back to XP, that just goes to show you how bad it is, since I mean, you could buy a new printer for Vista if you wanted to, and all that stuff. I mean, we all did that with the headphone jack transition, but the difference between Apple removing the headphone jack on the iPhone 7 while transitioning to AirPods is that you were transitioning to something better. Windows Vista, I mean, I've never used Vista before, but XP has been pretty unstable, so I hear that Vista is pretty unstable, but I'm not too even more unstable, so yeah, it's a pretty major problem, especially since a lot of people are still on Windows 10 now, even though Windows 11 is out. You really screwed up, Microsoft, though. The PC was right. I mean, you can buy a new printer Vista if you want to, but yeah.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And he's a PC, the best-selling computer platform in the industry.
What is this PC?
Oh, I hired a PR person, to smooth things over after that whole Vista problem.
By problem, he means a few early adopters have faced some minor challenges.
Some people even started
Sounds like
downgrading
Microsoft.
back to XP.
That's too bad.
And by downgrading, he means they're upgrading to an older, more familiar experience.
And with your new operating system, Leopard, and its cool features, some people might even switch to you, so.
No comment.
Okay. I mean, that just goes to show you how bad Microsoft is trying to cover up Vista and literally every mistake they've ever made. So yeah, this ad still holds up true to this day. I mean, Apple does sort of try to cover up their mistakes too, but not as badly as Microsoft. Let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
I'm a PC. Hello, PC World? Yes, it's PC here. I'd like to report a misprint, a very serious misprint. Well, you said, and I quote, the fastest Windows Vista notebook we tested this year is a Mac. A Mac? That's impossible.
Oh, wait, I'm a PC. I think that's actually true.
How can a Mac run Vista faster than a PC? It goes against the laws of nature. Well, you know what? I'll put Mac on. He'll tell you that I run Vista fast.
I'll talk to them, but I can't say.
Hello, I'm a Mac. Yeah, dude, PC's definitely faster.
Okay, this is the normal iMac now, but yeah, this is you can do Vista. You can use Vista more. You can use Vista more for, what am I trying to say? Okay, a Mac, because there was boot camp at the time, you could run Windows Vista on it officially and have it set up to be faster, which the fastest Vista machine, since Macs did have the specs at the time required to run Vista. So as the standard on most Macs was like 2 GB, the standard on Macs for the time was 2 GB, so that's RAM, so that was actually pretty good. Really high power, that was actually really good for the time, so that makes sense, since Core 2 Duo Macs, even, that actually still are pretty fast, they're still decently fast to today, even to this day's standards, which they were selling back then, so I'm not surprised. And of course, the PC lied. That's just him.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. You know, Mac, there are a lot of people looking to buy computers nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
There's
Yeah,
so
there
many
are.
questions and choices, and you're all alone out there. That's why I created my book. I want to buy a computer. Now what?
Why are you talking like that?
Buying a computer isn't easy.
Actually, it's really easy at an Apple store. You know,
Yeah, it
they
is.
personal shopper stuff. You pick out the Mac that's right for you. There's even workshops for you after you buy your Mac.
Yes, I thought of that phase too, and that's why I created my companion volume. I just bought a computer. Now what?
Okay, first of all, this just goes to show you how buying a Mac is supposedly simpler than buying a PC, especially once you've said setting up a Mac is a lot easier than setting up a PC. But I do want to point something important out, which is that you can go to an Apple store, but even still to this day, Apple stores are really not commonplace. So they're only in big cities, which is a problem since most people live in small cities and small towns. Yeah, Apple, maybe you want to get that fixed to make it easier for people to switch to Macs, but yeah. Let's go on to the next ad since this video is already 27 minutes long and it's getting ridiculous.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
You better watch out.
You better not cry.
You better not pout. I'm telling you why.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
He sees you when you're in sleep mode.
He knows when you're awake.
He knows when you've been bad or good, so buy a PC and not a Mac this holiday season or any other time, for goodness sake. Come on. What? I thought those
He
were the lyrics,
ruined the
and that's how I-
lyrics. Okay, that's a pretty funny ad. I mean, it's a pretty self-explanatory ad, but I mean, they do advertise PCs, so I mean, that's a little confusing on an advertising part, but I don't care. It's still pretty funny. Now let me check in. Yes, this is actually the last ad for 2007. Okay, so as always, thank you all for watching this video. I'm the iTunes fanboy, and I will see you in either a potential bonus video coming tomorrow or in part 3 of my series, 4-part series. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and as always, I'm the iTunes fanboy, and peace out.